Has Ubisoft just hinted at Assassin's Creed coming to the Nintendo Switch? So Ubisoft have always been one of Nintendo's partner companies that sort of puts out quite a lot of support when they've been struggling with third-party sort of support in general. Ubisoft always seems to be there putting out games, whether they're the mainline games, whether they're just spin-offs or anything like that. Doesn't matter, but Ubisoft always seem to support Nintendo when they're maybe not at their most prominent. For example, the Wii U. Ubisoft showed a lot of support for that console until it did eventually die out. For example, releasing Zombie U early on, the typical Just Dance games, they released Assassin's Creed games in the early years, and so on. But there's a lot of support from Ubisoft to Nintendo. However, when you look at the Switch, they've sort of had a slower start when supporting the console, but whether that's because they don't really like the console or think it's going to do well, or because they just haven't got projects ready for it yet, is another thing. I would arguably say it's the latter, especially due to the fact that they've now got a partnership in terms of Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle, which is coming out next month. That's a really unique sort of project that Ubisoft are developing on, and Nintendo don't really franchise out Mario that often, especially external, like out of the company, out of Nintendo. Obviously Ubisoft make projects for all platforms. It's a bit weird to see Nintendo give them the reins to do something with Mario, but that is what has happened here. And if you ask me, this shows that Ubisoft is very serious about supporting a Nintendo Switch. They're taking their partnership with Nintendo very seriously. They want to develop it and hopefully support the Switch further down the line. And staying true to this theme, the publisher Ubisoft has actually announced that quite soon they will be ready to announce more Switch games. So what Switch games are these going to be? So they haven't really said anything, no indication about what they will be, just the fact that they are going to announce more Switch games. So I just want to speculate maybe what sort of games might come to the console, what sort of games would I like to see in the console, and then I'd like to hear what sort of games other people might want to see as well. So first up, the main and obvious choice might be Assassin's Creed. So do you think Assassin's Creed could come to the Nintendo Switch? Now personally, I don't think Assassin's Creed Origins, which is what the new one's going to be called, based in Egypt, I don't think that is going to be seen on the Switch, unfortunately. However, in the past, they have released sort of different Assassin's Creed games on portable devices or on like last gen sort of systems. So there was different installments on the PlayStation Vita, for example. They were only smaller games, but they were still there. And there was also, I think it was Assassin's Creed Rogue that sort of launched on the last gen systems when the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 came out. I believe Assassin's Creed Rogue launched on the old gen, while Assassin's Creed Unity, I believe, launched on the new gen, just because they knew about the install base. Obviously not everyone had switched over yet, so they made two projects, and I think it was those two anyway, I'm not entirely sure. It might be Black Flag and Rogue at the same time, I'm not 100% sure, you can correct me on that. But that still goes to show that they have made multiple projects in the Assassin's Creed universe concurrently. So you could have like the Nintendo Switch version, which hasn't been announced yet, potentially, and then Assassin's Creed Origins on the main platform, so PC, PS4, Xbox One, because obviously the power difference. But that's just one example. After the reveal of Beyond Good and Evil 2 at E3, there was a lot of rumours that would be heading for Nintendo's console, exclusive or not. It wasn't revealed what consoles it would be on, or it wasn't revealed that it would be on the Switch. But maybe that is going to get announced to be coming to the Switch. I mean, we don't really know anything about that game, so I'd say that one's probably more unlikely, because we don't even know when that's coming out. So, that's probably a couple of years down the line. I don't think that'll be top of the agenda to be announcing soon for the Nintendo Switch, especially due to Nintendo's policy being try to announce things that are coming out within a year, for the most part. I know it's not Nintendo announcing it, but I sort of guess they're going to stick to that sort of plan. You've got the regular games as well, then, such as Just Dance and the regular yearly installments that come with those. They're probably always going to be coming. I think every year you're going to get the new Just Dance game, and I think the Switch, it's going to be on the Switch. It's not exactly a hard game to sort of put on any system. I wouldn't be surprised if they still made it for the Wii. But yeah, we're going to get the Just Dance games, so I'm going to exclude those as well, because that's pretty given. So what else does that leave then? was potentially Skull and Bones. Now, would that come to the Nintendo Switch? Would that work? Well, it's based on the Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag sort of sea battle idea, the sort of being a pirate ship and driving a pirate ship sort of idea that came with that game. And Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag did actually make its way to the Wii U, so that means obviously that sort of engine was running on the Wii U. You could go around in the pirate ship on the Wii U and have pirate ship battles, so that maybe gives the possibility that that game could run on the Wii U. Maybe obviously they'd trim it back to what it's going to be on the Xbox One and PlayStation, because it's going to be improved from Assassin's Creed 4 on those systems, but it doesn't mean they can't run it on the Switch. I mean, the Switch is more powerful than the Wii U, and the Wii U ran Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. So could Skull and Bones run on the Nintendo Switch? Now, that could be one potential game that could be announced soon, but we'll have to wait and see. Now, I'm going to pluck one title out of thin air here, which hasn't been announced, hasn't been indicated anywhere, but seeing as there's a new Rabbids Cross Mario game incoming, perhaps Ubisoft are looking to sort of revive the Rabbids name on the Nintendo Switch. Obviously the Rabbids did well on the Wii console, the sort of party game sort of system, if you like. So perhaps they're going down that route again and they want to bring the Rabbids back to the Switch because they think that's the sort of system they could sell well on again. I know a lot of people dislike the franchise and they're looking at Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle as being different and actually looks pretty good, to be honest. So maybe they will, maybe they won't. But, you know, it's Ubisoft, it's one of their properties, it's an idea they might be looking at, potentially. Who knows? So there are many more games Ubisoft could bring over, but my last idea is going to be The Crew 2. So The Crew never actually made it to a Nintendo console. The Crew 2 has been confirmed to be launching. It wasn't confirmed it would be launching on a Nintendo Switch originally, but perhaps they sort of didn't launch it originally because they didn't know if they could get it to work. Maybe they found a way to sort of trim it back, or maybe they decided now to announce it because obviously Nintendo's online features weren't actually working previously, so they wanted to see how that would pan out before maybe making an announcement with such a heavily online focused game. I mean, Nintendo's online system isn't looking to be the same standard as Sony or Xbox's version, but still, it's an idea. They could potentially launch The Crew 2 on the Switch. Again, it's going to have to be slimmed back and cut down to work, but still, it could come. And Ubisoft, I think, if anyone are going to put a mainstream franchise on the Switch out of third parties, I think Ubisoft would be one of the first people to do it because they have such a good relationship with Nintendo. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you think any of these games will come to the Nintendo Switch, or do you think it'll be something completely different and have your own ideas? If so, I want to hear from you, so let me know in the comments. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe for more gaming news.